Well, welcome everyone to another episode. We have a few left before our girl moves across the United States of America.
I was going to say something, but it's okay.
What?
I was just going to say America.
XYXX.
Well, you know what? We do have the best military. Okay, sidebar.
Yeah, because we're bullies.
Yes, but isn't it about survival of the... Let me not even
Do we have the best
that.
military? What about China?
Apparently, our stuff is more relevant and updated
Than China?
That's what I said, but
Yeah, okay. I don't
know.
believe it. I don't buy it.
I don't know if we've ever gone to war with China. But sidebar, guys, if you're watching and you see us in our cute sweatsuits, this episode is sponsored by Exist Offline. You can get these sweatsuits at existoffline.com.
And they're super comfortable.
They are
super heavy duty. Like when I tell you this is good quality, okay?
Mhm.
This is not
This is good for
some cotton on.
No. This
Okay.
is good for like an airport fit. Honestly,
Yes.
if you're on your period.
Honestly, even like when it's snowing outside, when I put it on, I was like, if it was snowing outside and I had some Uggs on with this right
You would
now,
feel comfortable.
or some Timbs or something, like I would feel good.
Yes.
It's and the pockets are deep for
Yeah.
the girlies. The pockets are deep.
And I think there's like a hidden pocket in this pocket. Yes, there is.
There is with the zipper.
How
You can put your
cool.
little sweet goodies in there.
Yep. Existoffline.com. Anyways, I've called this meeting upon us tonight.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm like, wait, are they telling me to stop? I was like, what? I've called this meeting upon us tonight because, I reached the turning point. On June 15th, I was like, you know what? The first 6 months of this year sucked, and we're going to turn it around because there's another 6 months
know.
left.
Could you even believe we're 6 months in? Like, didn't January just happen?
Yes. Can I believe it?
No, January just happened.
I know.
It's been too much.
You know how I gauge the time because our president, it's hard for me to say it, has been in office and has been doing some crazy stuff every day. So every day does feel grueling and long
And chaotic. And anxiety provoking. And sometimes I cry.
Yes.
I cried last night.
About our administration.
Yes. And everything going on in the world.
Let's just talk about the elephant in the room, okay? ICE is raiding neighborhoods, and it's really sad and disheartening to see these videos. And it's also creepy because it's not just people in uniform. It's like people masked up.
Mm-hmm.
Vigilantes, maybe.
Yeah, it's weird. And they're super violent. And they always have so many guns. Like, who are these guns for? Like,
Yeah.
rifles and everything. Did you see about that guy who got arrested because he was trying to defend one of the people that ICE was trying to take?
No.
Yeah, and he like stepped in and he was like, stop, he's a good worker, he's a good person. And then apparently, I didn't see this in the video, but apparently he punched one of the ICE guys in the face.
Oh my God.
And now he got detained.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't really F with law enforcement or else.
But you have to
There are
stand up. I
consequences.
mean, what would you do if you saw them? They're doing this in front of kids. Like,
I know, that's crazy. I mean, kids have to represent themselves because Trump took away apparently their right to legal representation. I think coming to this country illegally is a risk.
mhm.
Obviously, our parents, well, your dad is Puerto Rican,
Yeah.
but our parents are immigrants.
Yeah, but it was easier to come here before. Like,
Yes.
my grandfather came and then he sent for like my grandmother and my mom and my uncles and stuff.
Yeah, so they did it little by
Yeah.
little. But it's still a risk. Technically.
No, I know for sure, but the way they're being treated is inhumane. And also, I don't think a lot of people understand. I mean, if you're willing to take that risk, people are coming from South America, Central America. Like, people go through a lot trying to, cross the border. And some of them don't survive, or they get sent back, or they're like along the way.
Oh
Or
my God.
no, this is a lot of bad things happen.
Yeah.
And then you get here and you start from nothing.
You get here and you think life is going to be better.
I mean, if
Yeah.
they're leaving, if they're literally leaving their countries and risking all of that to come here, then obviously to them, it is better and it's worth it.
No, you're right. There are so many people that refuge.
Exactly. And a lot of people are in the process of getting their documentations and they're still being sent back.
That's the part that scares me. It's like I saw videos of ICE outside of people going in for their green card appointments.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's when it's scary. It's like, okay, well, I'm doing the right thing.
And I just want to make it known that just because you are undocumented does not mean that you cannot pay taxes, because that's an argument that a lot of people say, like, oh, immigrants don't pay taxes or they're getting off on our taxes. And it's like, no, there's ways for them to pay taxes. And
the number is in the billions, I think.
Of taxes, that they pay.
Yep.
Not even that, but just how much they contribute to the economy overall. I mean, it's a whole sector of people that you're sending away.
Yeah, no, totally. I think that's why he had to like pause it a little bit. But who
no,
knows?
he didn't. I'm just saying he went right back to it like 2 days later.
Yeah, I try not to keep up that much, but it's hard when it feels like impending doom. Okay, I don't know what like the bigger reason is, but whatever. We're just ants in this world. Nothing even matters, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like you hated that.
Cause we're not just ants though. Like, this is still our experience, and
No, it is.
we have to like talk about and stand up for what's right.
No, that's true. And what are some like ways that you think? Probably just raising awareness, protests, voting.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel so defeated. Like, what can we do?
Yeah, I'm sure
People
feel that
protest
way.
and then we just get like slammed. I mean, look what they're doing in LA right now.
I know, that's really insane.
It's just too much.
Get a gun, legally, and we'll see what happens. But at least you'll have protection, because you never know these days. Okay, I say all that to say it's hard not to let the world around us affect our mental health.
Yeah, for sure.
But it must be done.
What must be done?
We need to take control of our mental health. We can't.
What are some ways that you try to get? Do you even like experience mental health issues?
Of course. I just had literally the worst month, arguably, of my life. I thought I've had some bad moments in life. I mean, you've seen me down and out, but yeah, no, this month was fucking horrible. I wish I could talk about it, honestly.
You kind of like, when you're going through stuff though, I noticed that you like do this thing where you just pretend nothing's happening.
Yes.
And then you remain like jolly.
What?
Yeah.
You thought I was jolly?
No, you do this thing where you like pretend that you're happy when you're not.
I feel like I couldn't even mask it this time.
No, you
like
did it the other
apart.
day. You did it the other day. And I was like, why are you being weird? And you kept making jokes and stuff. And I'm like, why are you being weird?
Yesterday?
No, this was like weeks ago. And you were like, I don't know. And I'm like, girl, I'll talk to you later. Because I was like almost upset that I knew you were upset, but you were like trying to fake it with me. And I'm like,
car?
No, we were on the phone.
Oh, yeah. It's just sometimes I'm like, is it even worth bringing it up right now? And then I'm like, I'm still processing, or I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I feel like I'm way more like emo than you.
Yes, you are. But that's okay. Everyone has different coping.
Yeah.
I'm starting to realize maybe I do that with all negative emotions, because, you know, in the last episode I was talking about how when embarrassing things happen, I just pretend it's not happening. But when negative things happen, I just pretend they're not happening too.
Yeah, you do. I think you're kind of avoidant.
You know, that didn't come up on my attachment style quiz.
I don't know if you were being honest.
I was. I mean, all the questions were about my parents.
Look, when I first took it, I got healthy attachment style too.
Okay, maybe I'll retake it.
And then I took it the second time and I got the real results, you know?
Okay. Okay. I wouldn't doubt it that I had some avoidant tendencies.
Yeah, I mean, how else are you going to survive all the shit you've been through, bro?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
And now you're starting to realize the capacity, the full scope of your experiences.
Hence why I started therapy.
Can we do a little clap for that?
I hope it's this one.
Yes. Good for you.
Yeah, I figured, you know, I just went through a very traumatic incident and I was like, yep, I don't think I can do this one by myself. And you've been talking about how therapy's been helping you so much.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went in for one session. Expensive, by the way.
It is.
And it felt really good. Walked out of there and I was like, I feel validated. I feel like I can take on the world. Hence my epiphany.
You feel a little lighter, right?
I did feel a little lighter.
So sometimes, though, therapy also makes you feel worse. That's when it gets hard. When you're like, actually, I don't want to do this anymore. Because they be bringing shit up. Yeah, they'll like bring stuff up. And okay, for example, you guys know I did like that.
Wait, you have an eyelash.
Domestic violence episode.
Oh my God. Do they remember? That was...
I don't know. But yeah, I was in a relationship that was, you know, physically abusive. And I was like recounting one of those experiences with my therapist. And then she asked me, I don't know, she asked me something like, well, why did you respond that way? Or like, why didn't you respond at all?
Mm.
And that fucked with me for a long time.
You're like, wait, why didn't I?
I know. And I felt so like almost bad for the person that I used to be. Because it made me like see myself in like third person. And I was like, damn, girl, like why? Yeah. Why did you go through that? But yeah, little things like that, you know, like it'll just bring attention to things that you haven't thought about.
You're like, oh, yeah.
I haven't thought about that shit in like over 10 years.
I know. Do you feel like it still affects you to this day?
No, I don't think so. I think if you watch that episode, you guys should refer back. I obviously say in that episode, like I had to take accountability, you know, to some degree for like allowing myself to be in a situation, even though it wasn't intentional, you know, like who wants to be abused?
No, of course not.
But certain perceptions, I guess, of myself or my reality led me to be susceptible to that, I guess, or to tolerate it maybe is a better word. So, yeah, it's a lesson learned.
It's crazy that you experienced that. I still get shook to this day when I think about it.
I know. It's so like, what? But it can happen. I mean,
no, it can.
Those things happen slowly usually and
yes,
in ways that you don't notice, especially if you're not like used to it. Like now I feel like I would pick up on that right away. Like, that's a little weird. But flag. Before I was young, I was a teenager. Like you don't really realize.
Yeah. I think we should just get off this topic.
Okay,
before we get
I don't
canceled.
even know. We're like
we're not like professionals
digressing here.
But the point is,
to some degree, you have to take accountability. Though.
Okay.
You're still allowing someone to treat you that way.
Yes.
Now we need to explore why.
Taking accountability is so hard. At least for me.
I heard women have a hard time doing that. I've heard that from men.
I could feel sorry, but it'll take me a while before I say it.
Why is that?
I don't know. I'm so hard-headed, man. I don't know.
You're prideful.
Yeah. Also, my parents growing up, not to like blame my whole fucking personality on my upbringing, but my parents never really apologized. They were more so like, okay, here's dinner.
Right.
Dinner's ready. Like, come eat. And then we would just pretend nothing ever happened.
Avoidant.
So, yeah, what about you? Are you, like, quick to be like, I'm sorry?
It depends on the man.
Oh, okay.
It depends on his approach.
Okay.
If you approach me gently, we could reach an understanding.
Mm-hmm.
But if your tone is off, your demeanor is off, no. I'm already like guard up. I don't even care anymore.
Yeah. You know, the other day, my boyfriend and I had a tiff, and he was making some really valid points. I was in my head, I'm like, all right, well, you got me there.
Did you say that to him?
No. And then later, I was like, you know, you were right about that thing that you said.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it was still hard for me. He's like, why does it take you so long?
Why does it? You feel like you're losing or something? Like,
That's a really good way to put it. Not that it's a competition or a game or anything. I'm not playing games.
mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know. We could change the topic.
It's because you don't want to be accountable for your behavior.
Yeah. I don't feel like I'm that bad.
No, I mean, you're not that bad, but I'm sure you have your flaws. Everyone does. Like,
yeah.
when I've been in that situation, I start reaching, bro. Like,
Really?
I start, like, reaching in the back of the cabinet, like, so, you know, and I know when I'm doing it. Like, bitch, you are bullshitting so hard right now.
That's
like,
hilarious.
just pulling shit out my ass. Like,
Mhm.
actually, but you remember when you said this and did that? And it's like, what are you even talking about?
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's funny.
So, accountability. What are we going to do about it?
We just got to work on it and get better. And now we're talking to professionals.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, shit better work because it's $150 per session before I get to my deductible.
That's crazy.
Right? I mean, it's actually couples counseling.
Okay.
But so I don't know if that's why it's more.
Yeah, it could be.
But yeah.
My boss always says that. He's always
What?
like,
Really?
and we never know if he's like passive aggressively telling us something or if he's really clearing his throat.
Yes.
So now there's this thing at work where like anytime someone clears their throat, we like all get triggered and we'll start looking around like, are you being sarcastic?
Oh
and
my
like we have
God.
to clarify like, no, like I'm actually just clearing my throat.
That is crazy.
Yeah, we have PTSD.
OMG, that is so funny.
That's exactly how he does it. Like today, my coworker was telling me something, and then he did that. She was like, "I'll tell you the rest later."
I actually clear my throat as a buffer sometimes at work, so maybe that's why. Or does he do it and then reprimand you guys or something?
No, that's all he does. He's like a parent, or he'll
okay.
just like stand there and do the staring thing.
What are some of your buffers?
I was trying to think of them when you said that's your buffer, but I don't know if I have one.
Really? I have so many. Drinking water, cracking my fingers,
I do
biting my
drink
lips.
water. I do drink water, but that's more in social situations. I wouldn't say I do that at work. You know, people are just
so annoying. And back to my point about how you just need to lighten up a little bit, you know, and know that life is not, it's complicated, but it's also so simple. It's all about mindset.
It is.
You can't battle your mind to the point where it's your downfall. You got to nip it in the butt if it's possible.
You know, I think the biggest thing that you can do to help change your mindset and perspective is to be grateful.
Yes.
I think gratitude completely changes like your outlook. I was watching this video recently where this girl was talking about discipline and how to gain that. And she said that our brain is basically like a muscle. Like, you know, when you go to the gym and you don't really want to do the workout and it hurts to do the workout.
Yes.
But you know that like your muscle will grow from that.
Yes.
She was like, when you're trying to create new like habits, your brain does the same thing. Like it's like in pain. And that's why it like tries to prevent you from being disciplined because it doesn't want to go through that pain of having to create the new habit. It's like a, you know.
Yes.
And then she was like, and once you create the new habit, like literally you create new pathways in your brain. Like you could reshape your brain according to your habits.
Is my forehead getting bigger? Is that why? Because I've
Girl.
been going to the gym.
What are you banging your head against the wall? Like,
no,
what are you
but
doing?
you said your muscles, your brain is growing.
No, it's like a fucking
Oh, like the synapses in my brain is growing.
yes.
Oh, you should have just said that.
And also, it's not physically painful. It's like mentally daunting to know that
Oh.
you decided to change something and now you have to stick to that.
Right. Yeah.
And she said your brain's always going to try to trick you into not doing new things because
It's not
of
familiar.
like fear. Yeah.
That's probably why a lot of people don't leave their relationships.
Well, yeah.
Because they're like,
No one's going to want me.
no one's going to want me. Or like, oh, we've been doing this for so long. It's not like they did something wrong.
And I have to start over.
Yeah.
Or for the kids.
My
or-
biological time clock. So many things. You know, I realize girls have so much pressure with the biological time clock thing.
I honestly think we read into that way too much.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Like when people are like, no, because I'm running out of time. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're 28. Like, you're fine.
By 35, your risk does go up.
Yeah, I know. But you can you could probably have a child like in your late 40s.
Yeah, one of my coworkers had a baby at 44.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, everything's going to be fine.
Yeah. Speaking of children, I told you this recently. I have been feeling like I never want to have kids these days.
I know. I'm not going to lie. I was a little bit offended when you said that.
Why?
I don't know why. I've been trying to explore that.
I did
I
not
think
mean
because
it
I'm
like
a
that at
mom.
all.
So I was just like,
I actually
is my lifestyle bad or something?
No, it's just a lot of work.
Yeah,
Like
it is.
a lot of work. And actually I feel like you're at like the hardest part is over. Not to say that the teenage years won't be crazy, but like you don't have to be watching them at all times.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like the
And
tending to part is
that's
over.
the part that I'm like, that's a lot. And I feel like you did it young, so it's like
Yeah,
that
you know,
it's over. And you're gonna be
unless I do it again.
a young hot mom when your kids are in their adolescence stage.
I hope so. Oh my God. Let's talk about something.
What?
Yesterday, we went to the bar
Yes.
just to get some food or whatever. And I was wearing that shirt with the skirt.
So
And
cute.
Thank you. My son was not happy.
Okay, yeah, let's talk
With
about this
what?
because you texted me about it and I was like,
Well, he's never responded to me like that. Like, I walked through the door and he saw me and he was like, no.
What?
No, why?
what?
Like, so mad. And then I was like, what happened? And he like tried to like redirect it. And he was
Mhm.
like, I didn't want to get picked up right now.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, like, I'm happy to see you. It's hurting my feelings that you're kind of acting like this. Like,
Right.
hello, where's my hello? I didn't get a hello. I just got a no and an attitude.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like looking like right at my chest. And I was like, no.
Oh my God.
And then he was like, why do you have to wear that? And he went and got me a robe.
From your brother's house.
And told me, like, put on this robe and cover up. It's too much.
I'd have been like, boy, I am
I-
your mother.
No, I felt really like weird about that. I don't even know how
I know
to
you
describe
texted
it.
me and I was like, hello.
Well,
You
my
looked-
brother was egging him on, so I was like, oh my God. But I don't normally dress like that in front of my kids, though. Like, you see me like that all the time.
You were wearing a long skirt. It had a slip, but it was still a long skirt. And a shirt that ties in the front. It had sleeves. Your stomach wasn't out. Like, I'm confused.
Girl, it's because I got a lot
You
of
got
chest
titties.
going on.
You got titties.
Which
And
also bothered me because I was like, if I was not this size, it would not look nearly as provocative. Which
That
is
is the part.
annoying.
yeah, you can't just.
I can't just wear what I want.
I mean, you can.
No, I can't.
And you'll get a lot of attention.
Well, I said to him, I was like, I'm sorry that this makes you uncomfortable, but you need to understand that I am a woman and this is my anatomy. And
Period.
sometimes you're going to see me like this.
You know.
I
just
don't
go
know.
with it.
As a mom, and maybe this is like the judgy part of me, when I see older women, it's not even a mom thing.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say it's a mom thing. But when I see older women dressing a certain way, I'm just like, that looks tacky.
Yes.
Like, I
yes.
think there's ways to be attractive and sexy in a mature way.
Right. No, totally.
Like, why are you wearing stuff that a 15-year-old would wear? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, at some point, it's like, that's not, girl.
So what do you feel about Kim Kardashian? Because she's still posing in bikinis and she looks good as hell. I'm not even
I
gonna
don't
lie.
know. She's like a celebrity. They have a different lifestyle. Like,
True.
completely different.
True. I mean,
But does she wear, like, she wears provocative clothing, but it's still appropriate for her age, I feel. It's like classy. She never looks trashy.
No, never. I'm talking about when she wears bikinis and stuff on
A
vacations.
bikini is different. You're at the beach.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm referring to.
Okay.
I'm referring to, like, I don't know, when I see older women like wearing crop tops and stuff, it's like, girl.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm
I
so
don't know.
over my crop top phase. I actually put all my crop tops and put it in a box and shoved it in my closet, and those are the clothes that I'm gonna
Donate.
yeah. I was gonna try to
Yeah.
sell it in DR, but it wasn't working out.
Okay. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't really show my chest off like that.
A shame.
No,
A
it's
shame
bro,
to
it's
society.
too much. And like, people will literally talk to you and be like, not even make eye contact, like, hello?
Yeah.
My eyes are up here. But yeah, no, it's I
That's
don't
so
know.
funny.
I don't like that type of attention. Like, your cousin's
that.
friend.
My cousin's friend.
Remember when we went to the bar? He was so weird. And the whole time he was talking to me, he was just looking down my shirt.
Who are you talking about?
That weird dude. You know who I'm talking
Who's
about?
my cousin?
Kevin, when we went to the city and his friend was there.
Oh, on the rooftop?
Yeah.
I hated him.
I know. What?
I told my cousin immediately. I was like, I do not like your friend.
What was he even talking about? He was like
Nonsense.
saying that we don't look Spanish or something, or that I don't look Dominican. And then he was like, you don't speak Spanish. And he didn't even speak Spanish.
I just can't. I couldn't even entertain it. I'm like the grumpy, annoying person when we go out.
You?
Yes. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. No, we're not talking to that person.
What? I feel like
And, like,
I'm that person. I literally
what?
almost fought that dude at the bar. Remember that guy at the Penny? That like stood right in between us while we were looking at the menu, and I turned around and was like, can I help you with something?
Oh, I thought you were
And then he
referring-
was trying to like make it seem like I was getting in the way of your potential.
Me and him?
No, of the potential of him paying for your food and your drinks.
I literally have no idea what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about the time that we were on the line.
Oh my God, bro.
I was drunk.
We were like, let's walk away before we start a fight, because that was one of those moments where you contemplated, like, should I punch you in the face?
Yeah.
You know? You ever have those moments with other women where you're like,
Honestly,
should I punch you in the face? Like, should I start a fight right now, or should I just walk away?
No, I don't
Really?
No, I've never like besides that time.
No, remember when the girl was really drunk and she kept like hovering over me and pushing me, and you were like, can you stop? You're pushing my friend.
Yeah. No,
And
she was like, reaching
no,
over
I'm
you.
not.
I was like, bitch.
And
if
then you
don't
were
put
like,
your arm
bitch. And she was like, what did you say? And in
Yeah.
that moment, that was one of those moments where I was sizing her up, and I was like, okay, if I had to fight this
yeah,
girl,
I'm gonna have to fight you, your friend, your gay friend.
Yeah,
That's already no.
that would have been bad.
Yeah. I would fight someone for you though.
I would fight someone for you too,
Yeah.
for sure.
We don't be fighting.
No, not at all.
At all.
Like, I'm not a fighter at all. I actually hate the idea of that. But I do get mad to that point where I
Yeah.
thought about, like,
Putting hands on someone.
oh, for sure, all the time. I
All the time.
I do think about hitting people pretty often, yes.
Yeah.
And like also starting like, I have bad road rage.
You have the worst road rage, actually. What did you think of the last episode? Because
I thought it was good. It's just us yapping.
yeah, let us know if you like this format of us just chatting it up.
I know.
I tried to get raunchy this episode and tell Vivi, why don't we talk about our virginity stories? And she was like,
That's
don't feel
no.
comfortable with that.
My father's literally right there too.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
No, it's not terrible.
Sin vergüenza.
Yeah. I'll just stop talking.
No, but when I watch back our episodes, like being in this moment with you feels natural because
Yeah.
you're my bestie for the resty.
Ooh.
But every time I watch it back, I'm like, ew, why did I say that? Or
What?
like, ew, why did I do that? I don't know. I just get like cringed out with myself. But I also laugh at the same jokes that I
Yeah.
laugh at in person.
Yes, same. That's when I know it's truly funny, when like I'm rewatching it and then like my man will walk in at that moment and he'll laugh and I'm like, okay, that's actually funny.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I get cringed out too. I take those parts out for the most part.
Oh, so your parts come off.
You too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did something in the last episode that I was cringed about. I forgot what it was. It's not clocking to you, bro.
Oh my God, Justin Bieber.
I know.
I feel like he needs like a hug.
He's another one that needs to come on the other side. Guys, that's it. We're proclaiming this moment. I'm going to put like marching band music at this point. We're proclaiming this moment as the turning page. Why do you always make fun of me when I put my finger up? I've noticed that about you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't even notice I do that.
You
I'm
said
sorry.
it's super Spanish of me in one of the last episodes.
I don't even remember.
Racist.
I guess I have a thing against you putting your finger up.
Yes. Okay, let's start over. We're proclaiming this moment as the turning point. It is the half year mark. A little over the half year mark. That was June 15th. And from now on, we need to be happy people. And if anyone gets in the way of that, family, friends,
Donald Trump
is
not my king.
no, he's not. Wait, is that from the protest?
Yeah.
Ew, he had a parade for him. I heard it was a bust.
Whack.
A bust. What am I? My goodness. Sometimes I just age myself. What was I saying? Ah, yes.
You're proclaiming. Put that finger up.
Proclaiming. We are reclaiming. How about that? We are
Okay.
reclaiming our happiness, and anyone that gets in the way of that, we're not letting them in.
Okay, so setting boundaries. Okay.
Like the other day, I actually told you this while we were on the phone. You were like, am I complaining too much? And I was like, well, I did have an epiphany. You know?
What was your epiphany?
That was my epiphany, that it's the half year mark.
Oh.
And we got to
okay.
turn them tables.
Yeah.
Turn the page, whatever.
I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't want to say like I'm miserable, but I'm like such a grouch.
You are such a grouch. And then you're like, my son's such a grouch. And you're like, where did he get it from?
Like, I am so grouchy. I really am.
Yeah.
Everything pisses me off. That's why. Like, everything.
Same. That's why I really, really appreciate our morning talks, even though they're less these days, because my schedule changed.
Fucking pathetic.
Because I hate waking up in the morning and I'm so miserable, and you just match my energy and we just complain and talk about our shit.
We just need to get it out.
So you're not going to be here anymore.
You make it sound like I'm going to die or something.
It's just you're not going to be here presently for me anymore. And I don't know.
Not in person, but in spirit always.
In spirit.
You're going to call me every day.
And there's going to be a time zone
I know,
difference.
but it's going to work out. It's going to
Of
work
course.
out because you start work at what time?
8:30.
So it'll be 5:30 there.
Yeah, so I won't.
So don't
you.
call me. Don't call me.
Yeah, I was like, that's way too early.
When you get off of work,
It'll be 5 o'clock.
okay, so it'll be 2 for me. So it'll be my lunchtime. You can catch up a little bit. Depending on what job I have.
I'm going to
I
have
don't
to
even
call
know.
you at 8 p.m. I already know it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll make it work. Oh my God.
Yeah, what?
You're not going to be there with me.
I know. I would love to go. I can't wait to go.
Yeah.
I've heard so many things about Oregon since you brought it up. I feel like it opened up
Now
a
it's
whole
like
new,
on your radar, right?
yeah, on my algorithm radar. Okay, guys. See you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in. Cop up the merch, existoffline.com. And we'll see you next week. Hopefully the
Bye.
last few episodes. Bye.
Bye, bitches.
Oh, my Lord.
The weather cold, the weather's